reading paperbacks I still had to read for English. The after-school pickup was near a patch of grass I too optimistically frequented, too often hoping someone in my family would remember I existed and spare me the walk home. Today, no such luck. I'd abandoned the bag in the grass for the empty parking lot. Static on the walkie-talkie, more voices garbled. I looked up, a cloven chin and thin lips, nose and sparse lashes, flashes of bright blue eyes. The officer wore a hat. I could not see his hair. "Got a call," he said, still peering at me. "You go to school here?" A crow swooped low and cawed, minding my business. "Yeah," I said. My heart had begun to race. "Yes." He tilted his head at me. "What were you doing on the ground?" "What?" "Were you praying or something?" My racing heart began to slow, sink. I was not devoid of a brain, 2 eyes, the ability to read the news, a room, this man stripping my face for parts. I knew anger, but fear and I were better acquainted. "No," I said quietly. "I was just lying in the sun." The officer didn't seem to buy this. His eyes traveled over my face again at the scarf I wore around my head. "Aren't you hot in that thing?" "Right now? Yes." He almost smiled. Instead, he turned away, scanned the empty parking lot. "Where are your parents?" "I don't know." A single eyebrow went up. "They forget about me," I said. Both eyebrows. "They forget about you?" "I always hope someone will show up," I explained. "If not, I walk home." The officer looked at me for a long time. Finally, he sighed. "All right." He backhanded the sky. "All right, get going. But don't do this again," he said sharply. "This is public property. Do your prayers at home." I was shaking my head. I tried to say, I wanted to scream. I wasn't. But he was already walking away. 2. It took a full 3 minutes for the fire in my bones to die out. In the increasing quiet, I looked up. The once white clouds had grown fat and gray. The gentle breeze was now a chilling gust. The drunk December day had sobered with a suddenness that bordered on extreme, and I frowned at the scene, at its burnt edges, at the crow still circling above my head. Its caw-caw, constant refrain. Thunder roared, suddenly in the distance. The officer was mostly memory now. What was left of him was marching off into the fading light, his boots heavy, his gait uneven. I watched him smile as he murmured into his radio. Lightning tore the sky in two, and I shivered, jerkily as if electrocuted. I did not have an umbrella. I reached under my shirt and tugged free the folded newspaper from where I'd stashed it in my waistband. Flush against my torso and tucked it under my arm. The air was heavy with the promise of a storm, the wind shuddering through the trees. I didn't really think a newspaper would hold up against the rain, but it was all I had. These days, it was what I always had. There was a newspaper vending machine around the corner from my house, and a few months ago, on a whim, I'd purchased a copy of the New York Times. I'd been curious about adults reading the newspaper, curious about the articles therein that sparked the conversations that seemed to be shaping my life, my identity, the bombing of my friends' families in the Middle East. After 2 years of panic and mourning post 9/11, our country had decided on aggressive political action. We had declared war on Iraq. The coverage was relentless. The television offered a glaring, violent dissemination of information on the subject, the kind I could seldom stomach, but the slow...